the next most vital part of the circulatory system, that is human heart. As you can see in this diagram, human heart, which is conical in shape, it is present in chest area between two lungs, and human heart is generally, if we need to define human heart, it is a pumping organ. Yes, of course, it is a pumping muscular organ, and it is made up of cardiac muscle. When I mention that it is made up of cardiac muscle, then that means it continuously shows rhythmic contraction and relaxation, contract and it rhythmically contract and relax while throughout the lifespan. So it is a pumping molecular organ which help in pumping blood, help to pump blood throughout the body. Now let us talk about size, shape and location. If I need to say size of heart is equivalent to one's own fist. If you see your fist, that is exactly the size of your own heart. Let us talk about shape. It is conical in shape. But if you look at this diagram, this conical shape do have two parts: apex, which is the bottom conical blunt part, and the base, which is broadened superior part just opposite to the conical end. Location wise, if we need to say, heart is basically present in thoracic area between two lungs behind sternum, and due to this it is also known as mediastinum. So before we move to our next vital topic, I would like to say, if you need to learn about heart, you should be very strong in anatomical and taxonomical system of what exactly heart is. Anatomy of heart generally said to be the structure of heart, and while talking about structure of heart, they are basically of, we can explain it in two ways. Internals, this is external structure, and this is internal structure. If you can see the external structure first, let us focus on external structure. So many tubes are getting inside the heart. That means they are bringing blood and taking away blood from the heart. Heart is made up of a cardiac tissue, and it constantly it contract and relax rhythmically throughout the lifespan. Here I have mentioned these outer veins as, these outer arteries, vessels, as coronary artery. Coronary arteries are specific blood vessels that useful for supplying food, oxygen towards heart. If we look at my right side diagram, that is internal structure of the heart, human heart is four-chambered, made up of upper and the lower part. Upper part is atrium and lower part is ventricle. Its fourth chamber defined as right atriums, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. So if we need to describe the main structure of human heart or the main phenomena of human heart, it basically made up of cardiac muscles which contract and relax rhythmically. So main structure, if you can see, it involve internally, if you understand the internal structure fully, then it will be very useful, it become very easy for you to understand the proper function of heart. Internally there are parts, as I mentioned, human heart is fourth chamber. So it involves right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. It also involves pulmonary arteries, pulmonary veins, aorta. So let us see the diagram. If we look at this diagram, here you can see, as I mentioned, right ventricle, right auricle, left auricle and left ventricle. Right auricle, left auricle on the upper side, right ventricle and left ventricle on the lower side. These are superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. These are the long tubes that bring blood from upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. They generally bring carbon dioxide rich blood, also known as deoxygenated blood, from upper and the lower part of the body and passes to right atrium. Now this area is said to be aorta, that supply oxygen rich blood or oxygenated blood to different part of the body. These are pulmonary vein that brings about oxygen from lungs. Next slide is layers of human heart. Layers of human heart, under which we can see human heart is thick walled and generally composed of three layers. Pericardium, which is outermost fibrous layer made up of fibrous tissue. Myocardium is the middle layer made up of thick muscles, and endocardium is innermost layer which is made up of epithelial cells. This is internal structure of heart. Internal structure, again I would like to explain. You can see the vena cava, those which are two types. Superior vena cava, by the name superior, it brings blood from upper part of the body, that is brain, lungs, and inferior vena cava that brings blood from lower part of the body, for example kidney, legs. Deoxygenated blood from superior and inferior vena cava, I would mention deoxygenated blood as DO2, so that it will help you to understand better. Deoxygenated blood enters to right atrium. From right atrium it moves to right ventricle, where there is a valve, that is tricuspid valve, which open at the time when blood flows from right atriums to right ventricle, and after that it closes, and which prevent backflow movement of deoxygenated blood again towards right atrium. It prevents the backflow movement. That why the valve helps in preventing the backflow movement of deoxygenated blood again to the superior vena cava. If we talk about human structure, there are present several valves. As you can see in this diagram, here you can see there are present 4 valves that plays an important role in movement of blood within heart. It guard the movement of blood and responsible for a valuable circulation. 4 valves first of all include tricuspid valve, which act as door between right atrium and left atrium. From right atrium, as you can see here, tricuspid valve from right atrium, deoxygenated blood moves down towards the right ventricle, and again it closes so that it prevent the backflow movement of blood towards right atrium. Second is mitral valve. And now mitral valve is basically present in between left atrium and left ventricle. Once oxygenated blood enters from left atrium and moves down to left ventricle, it open and then soon close down so that it can prevent backflow movement of blood from left ventricle towards left atrium. Third one is, as you can see, pulmonary valve. This is a valve attached to pulmonary arteries. Once pulmonary valve, once blood moves from right ventricle, it get entered into pulmonary valve. It allow deoxygenated blood to get inside pulmonary arteries, and due to gravitational force it might happen that blood comes down towards the valve. So this pulmonary valve closed down and helps to prevent the movement of blood outside the pulmonary valve. It prevents the backflow movement of the blood. Fourth valve is aortic valve. That is present at the tip of aorta, and it also performs same function. When oxygenated blood entered to left ventricle, it moves into aorta. Due to gravitational force, it might happen that blood comes down towards left ventricle, but there is a protection guard, that is aortic valve, that prevent outflow movement of the blood from aorta again. These are the structure of valves. Tricuspid valves, which are 3 sides cut, bicuspid valves, aortic valves, pulmonary valves. So these diagrams will help you to understand better about the types of valves. Next is semilunar valve. If you see the diagram of heart, as I mentioned above, semilunar valve is the valve which divides left and right side of the heart, and hence it prevents the mixing of blood. So it is found in between arteries and ventricles. It prevents the blood to get entered into arteries when arteria contract. Let us talk about cardiac activity. Cardiac activity basically it involves contraction and relaxation of heart. Heart contract as well as relax due to the presence of cardiac muscle. It contract and relax rhythmically throughout our lifetime. So two type of contraction and relaxation. These are further as we know that heart is surrounded by pericardium, and the main function of pericardium is to avoid this external jerk or accident while contraction and relaxation towards heart muscle. It protects heart from this jerking effect or any damage due to this rhythmic effect. So while contraction and relaxation, two activities happen there, that is said to be having, I would say they are two specific activities, specific cardiac activity. These are diastole and systole. Diastole is relaxation. When the cardiac muscle is relaxed, and systole is contraction of cardiac muscle. Let us look at this diagram. Here you can see this is your right atrium, this is your right ventricle. Ventricular muscles always they are relaxed when there is a blood flow occur from right atrium to right ventricle or left atrium to left ventricle. This portion is known as heart relaxing or diastole. This is a diagram where you can see diastole takes place in ventricle region, where ventricle relax, and these are arteries when they contract or systole effect. Next diagram is systole, heart contracting, where blood moves from ventricle region up towards aorta and pulmonary arteries. Ventricle muscles contract, bicuspid and tricuspid valves automatically closed. In this diagram you can see arteries are opened and relaxed while two ventricles are contract. This state of heart is said to be systole. Now if I need to explain you the last part of this topic, that is function of heart, it basically function of heart or circulatory system, they are divided into three division. There are three basic of circulatory system, three pathway of circulatory system. First one is pulmonary circulatory system, second is coronary circulatory system, and third is systemic circulatory system. If we look at this diagram, it will simplify you and make you easy to understand better these pulmonary and the systemic circulation in very easy way. Pulmonary circulation system is this one, the upper part. In pulmonary circulatory system, this blue line defined carrying deoxygenated blood. So from lower part of the body and the upper part of the body, that is vena cava, superior and inferior vena cava, deoxygenated blood get inside into right atrium and blood flow from right atrium to right ventricle. The deoxygenated blood goes from right ventricle to pulmonary arteries, where lungs exchange deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood from pulmonary vein carried by lungs and entered toward the heart. Pulmonary vein transport oxygenated blood towards heart, towards its left auricle. In left auricle, blood flow down toward left ventricle, and oxygenated blood moves up again towards aorta. So the pulmonary system basically involves transport of deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs and make it oxygenated. But systemic circulation, that is, involved oxygenated blood receiving from lungs to heart, receiving by heart. Oxygenated blood, when received to heart, it travels down and supply oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. This is said to be systemic circulation. So if you again revise the diagram, this is your left part, this is your right part of your heart, this is your left part of the heart. The blue channels, they basically consist of deoxygenated blood from different part of the body, from upper and the lower part. It moves into the heart to the left side, to the right side, and it transferred to the lung, where exchange of gases takes place. Oxygenated blood again comes down from pulmonary vein, it enters to the heart and it goes to aorta and it supplies to different part of the body. In this tabular form, I would like to explain, if I need to say the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava brings about deoxygenated blood and allow it to enter the left side, the right side of the heart, from where they moves on to lungs. Pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood. Pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood, and their conversion of or exchange of gases takes place. Oxygenated blood enters through pulmonary vein to left side of the heart, from where it goes to aorta, and from aorta to different part of the body. So if we need to look after this flow chart I prepared, that is, from left ventricle it blood oxygenated blood goes to aorta, and aorta transport oxygenated blood, and other arteries they transport to arterioles, then capillaries, to various part of the bodies, then again to vein, and from different parts of the body again deoxygenated blood goes from inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, entered into right atrium. From there it goes to right ventricle, then pulmonary arteries, lungs, and then pulmonary vein, and finally to left atrium. So this circle goes on. So we need to simplify our answer. This is said to be your vena cava. This is your upper part of the body, and this is your lower part of the body. Deoxygenated blood get entered into right atrium of the heart. Right atrium of the heart push deoxygenated blood to right ventricle, and here mention tricuspid valve. From right ventricle it goes to pulmonary arteries. Deoxygenated blood of pulmonary arteries entered to lungs, where exchange of gas takes place, and oxygenated blood entered through pulmonary vein to left side of the atrium, left atrium, and oxygenated blood goes down to left ventricle and to aorta, to different parts of the, and aorta supply oxygenated blood to different part of the body. So this is the basic of function of human circulatory system. So this is all about my video. I hope you like my video.